everyone. Welcome to Thursday, May 22nd. I am happy to announce that this will be the last 2:30 daily briefing to the field this week. We will continue for one more week as we finish out our school districts because we have about 30% of our students, between 30 and 35% of our students will still be completing their school week next week. And so we will send everyone off today for a long weekend. We imagine that this time tomorrow afternoon, in preparation for the Memorial Day weekend, there will likely be no one on the call. They will wait for the recording to listen to it if they are on on Tuesday. But again, so we will not be having a call tomorrow, and we will, of course, not be having a call on Monday, which is Memorial Day. We will then have a call on Tuesday, Wednesday of Thursday, and Thursday of the week to finish out what has been an unprecedented closing 9 weeks of the 2019-20 school year. So I appreciate you being with us all today. I just want to report some internal things that are occurring in the Department of Public Instruction. Jamie has finished the budget meetings with all of our directors and office managers, and next month's meetings will be scheduled to present the budgets to our leadership team. As you know, the governor's budget announcement from a few weeks ago declared or gave the directive to all state agencies to cut their budgets by anywhere from 10 to 20%. We are working with the Office of Management Budget to determine exactly where the Department of Public Instruction agency budget will need to be cut. Krista from our HR department reiterated that there is a lot of recruitment going on right now, and it was a bit more of a process having to do it virtually. But we've been so successful in filling many of our positions as we have secured them with very high qualified people, and we're excited about onboarding them. There's a few more left to go, but we are making our way through the recruitment process doing it virtually. Ross thanked his team from MIS for all of their hard work during the COVID, and the Child Nutrition Office is working on identifying programs that will continue their summer meals, some through June and some through August. So just to communicate that some of our school districts food distribution sites will continue through the summer. They were not required to do so, but some are. Some will continue through June, and some will continue all the way through the August month. Child Nutrition also received new guidance for the Fresh Fruits and Vegetables program, and I will ask anyone who is a Facebook member out there to take a look. We have some pictures posted of a school community in our state that is busy planting their community garden that the superintendent and his family tend to during the summer months and supplies these fresh fruits and vegetables to the school students in the fall when they return to school. So I'd encourage all of you to go to Facebook, where we try to hold up and lift up as many of these unique and wonderful things that our school districts are doing that is worth note and mention and celebration. I want to announce that the Interim Education Policy Committee is planning to meet July 2nd. The Interim Education Policy Committee is set to meet July 2nd. So the meetings that were scheduled in March and April were all postponed. Those are back on the calendar through Legislative Council, and the Education Policy Committee will meet July 2nd. Brenda reported that there would be a comprehensive literacy internal advisory meeting today. Our comprehensive literacy internal advisory meeting met today for our comprehensive literacy grants. And we really wanted to clarify that all students are served by this grant. All students are served by this grant in the communities that were awarded them, but they are looking at supports for students across the board. Our Education Equity and Support Office continue to work on streamlining the consolidated application process. It's our effort, our hope, and our intent to ensure that the consolidated application process is not an overly erroneous burden on our school districts, nor should it be an overly erroneous burden on our employees at the Department of Public Instruction. The Equity Office, the Education Equity and Support Office determined that they will commit to doing this work via web grants, and they're working on getting financial reports out for Title I and Title IV this week. I am very happy to say that I will be having my family cabinet meeting today at 4:30, and the next PK-12 Alliance meeting is next Tuesday. And we will be discussing how we are going to be conducting, how actually the Family Alliance members will be conducting empathy interviews with their lookalikes across the state. So the PK-12 Alliance has undertaken the goal of conducting empathy interviews with the lookalike members of their group across the state. The Early Learning Office had a ESIS meeting this morning to continue to work with Department of Human Services and the North Dakota IT Office on the Early Childhood Integrated Data System that we are hoping to provide some answers and some data. As you know, our governor really appreciates the opportunity to use data to inform his decisions, and up until this point, there isn't a lot of data about our integrated data system for early childhood. All of those different programs and efforts that inform what is necessary for our earliest and youngest and most vulnerable citizens of North Dakota. The team of champions for our multicultural Indian education team of champions will meet on Tuesday with Bismarck Public Schools, and Lucy and her team continue to work on the Native American Needs Assessment Survey. There is a call coming up for the Bush Foundation for the Essential Understandings Project. Hopefully, the Bush Foundation will continue to support the very important need for our Essential Understanding Project and multiple phases that we need to move into. We continue to have Judy lead the work on our migrant summer school as it gets to be that time of year, and more migrant families are moving into North Dakota to help with the ever-important agricultural sector of our state. Judy continues to ramp up her work on the migrant summer school. There are a lot of concerns that are arising both in North Dakota and across the nation, concentrating efforts on food distribution and economic support for these families. Joe reported that they put out their last communication regarding summer school and soft openings. Joe continues to field a lot of calls regarding each of these programs, and any calls regarding this should be directed to Joe's office for the consistent messaging. Jim reported that due to a scheduling conflict with the governor, the superintendent, I and the governor will tape our message to the graduates on Tuesday of this upcoming week. We also understand that there's been a lot of calls with people wanting some more black and white guidance for the K-12 soft reopening, the K-12 Smart Restart guidance. And unfortunately, all that we can say is the word guidance is a very strong word. All of our school districts have been given the opportunity to work with their communities in order to determine what is best for that local community. I know a lot of the more black and white questions have to do with the Section 4 of the operations and sanitization and social distancing. I can only reiterate again that this is where the whole of government working as one is also very important as we try to help our stakeholders understand that for education definitive answers, we're more equipped at DPI to answer those, but as far as the public health aspect, those public health questions do need to be answered by the Department of Health. Those public health and those sanitizations and safe practices for public health do need to be answered and directed to the Department of Health. We continue to work with our auditor's office on the internal audits of the Department of Public Instruction. Jerry had her call yesterday with the directors and met with our parent support group today. An upcoming call with the State Systemic Improvement Plan will be held for the state. Adam continues to field a lot of calls regarding transportation for summer school and questions about next fall. So as our commitment to our field is to ensure that as new guidance and new information comes out, we will keep the field informed. So with that, I just want to thank everyone for all of the work that they do. Remind everyone to continue to take care of yourself, continue to take care of those that you love, and remember to be safe. We're in this together, and each phase of this pandemic, we were in response mode. We are now entering into recovery mode, and the next phase will be reinvention as we work together to determine who we want to be as we come out on the other side of this. Thank you so much, and have a great day and a great weekend.